If you are 3 days postpartum, you're cluster feeding, your nipples hurt, you're wondering, is my milk even in yet? You're not alone. My name is Abby. I'm an RN and IBCLC, and I've been helping parents for 15 years during this time period figure out what is normal, what is not normal, and what to expect. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break it down. We're going to start simple. We're going to talk about what does your milk coming in even mean? What does it look like? What does it feel like? We're going to talk about what to expect those first few days, how to tell if baby is getting enough, and also when to seek help. All right, first thing we're going to do is clear up a big myth. Milk coming in isn't necessarily a big dramatic moment. Some people do have that where they wake up and their breasts are as hard as rocks and they're super full and they're like, oh, my milk has come in. But that is not most people. Most people, there's a gradual change from colostrum into that mature milk. Now, milk coming in does not mean that you didn't have milk before. What it starts off as is colostrum during pregnancy, and the more baby nurses, the more that milk is removed, the more milk you're going to supply, and that transitions your milk from that colostrum into the transitional milk and then into mature milk where you have that higher volume. So some things that you might notice, changes in your breast might be that they are tighter or that they might feel a little bit fuller, or when baby is latching, you might feel a warm tingling sensation coming down your breast. All of those are signs to look for, and all of those indicate that your milk is coming in. All that being said, what to expect between days 2 to 5 is cluster feeding. You may have heard this term before. What it means is that baby is going to be latching constantly. Usually it happens at night, but it's very sporadic. Sleeping can happen for a few hours at a time then you feed, and then all of a sudden baby's nursing every hour or every half hour, and then they give you a longer break, and you go on and on with this for a few days. What that is it's baby bringing in your milk supply. It is demanding that your body make more milk, which is a good thing. We want that to happen. It does not mean you don't have enough milk. As baby is latching, they are pulling out milk every time. What that does is it indicates to your body, hey, make more at one time so that baby can then start spreading out those feeds again. So every time baby goes through a cluster feeding time, it's a growth spurt. It's a good thing where baby is telling your body, make more milk for me. So it is exhausting. I'm not going to lie. That's normal. But it is a short period of time that baby goes through this. It's a few days of cluster feeding. If your breasts are so hard, rock hard, they're feeling warm, you're maybe feeling feverish, then we want to take a second look at it. That might indicate something else is going on. And we want to get a better look and feel of what to do. All right, next we're going to talk about how to tell baby is getting enough. That is the number one question that I get from parents. So instead of looking at your breasts, guessing, panicking, worrying, let's talk about this. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to look at diapers. So when baby is first born, day 1, you're going to have 1 wet diaper, 1 stool diaper. Day 2, 2 wet diapers, 2 stool diapers. Day 3, 3 wet diapers, 3 stool diapers. And it's going to go on like that until you have 6 to 8 wet diapers a day and 6 to 8 stool diapers a day. Now, with an exclusively breastfed baby, those stool diapers will change as they get a little bit older, and we will talk about that later in a different video. But for now, just know it should correspond with the day that baby is born as a minimum. Now, if you look at the screen here, this is what it's going to look like on day 1. That is meconium. It is that dark, sticky, tarry stool. Between days 3 to 5, you're going to start seeing that transitional stool. And then after your breasts have transitioned into mature milk, you're going to see this yellow, seedy stool. And that's going to pretty much stay consistent until baby starts adding solids into their diet. Number 2, I want you to look at how baby is behaving after nursing. So when babies are first born, keep in mind they've been in you for 9 months. They want to be cuddled. They want that skin to skin. That is home base for them. They want to hear your heartbeat, smell your scent, hear your voice. So some babies are going to be fussier if you try to lay them down right after a feed. That's okay. That's normal. That's natural. But what I want you to watch is how, particularly baby's hand. So when babies are hungry, they have a fist up at the front of their face. And you might notice them trying to root for the hand, trying to search for it, trying to suck on it. That is all normal. And when you latch baby and they are nursing, their hand will go from a fist to nice and open. So if you look at my baby's hand here, you see how it's nice and open? That's what we're looking for. And some babies will be so kind and they'll be a little gas gauge for you and they'll go from empty to full. So just watch this hand and watch how relaxed and loose it gets. You should be able to kind of jiggle their hand a little bit and it go loosey-goosey like this. And that is perfect. That's what we want. We want them to be nice and relaxed. If you shake their hand like this and they go up like this and their hand's up by their face again, that's okay. That just means they're not done eating. They're taking a break. It's a lot of work to nurse. So they're putting in that effort right now. So what you're doing, again, you're just watching that hand, and if they get tense again, it lets you know. Now's not the time to lay them down. Now's the time to let them cuddle a bit, hold them skin to skin for a little while, and then offer the breast again because they're not done. They just need a rest. The number 3 thing I want you to look for is weight trends. Now, this is something that your doctor or midwife is naturally going to be doing to make sure that baby is healthy anyway. So they're going to be taking track of baby's weight. It is normal for baby to lose weight at the beginning, okay? Babies can lose up to 7% of their birth weight without any concern. After 10% is usually when the doctors and midwives get a little bit concerned, and that's when they usually have you talk to somebody like lactation consultant about how to make sure baby is getting enough. So if at that point, if you're like baby's lost over 10%, highly suggest you talking to a professional about how to ensure that baby is getting enough at the breast. So what can you do today? First off, feed, nurse as much as possible. Try to catch baby at those early feeding cues. If you're not sure what those are, what I mean by that is stirring, rooting, and bringing that hand to the mouth, okay? All 3 of those things are early cues. You catch them then. Before they get fussy, you're gonna have a lot easier time of your full breastfeeding journey because baby's gonna learn that you address those cues early on. Second thing I want you to do is skin to skin. You cannot do too much skin to skin. So strip baby down to a dry diaper, put them in between your breasts. What's great about that is that baby is going to hear your heartbeat, hear your voice, smell your scent. That is home base for baby. That is what baby has known for 9 months, okay? If you have twins, you can do this as well. And each breast will actually regulate based on what that baby needs particularly because we are magic and it is fantastic. And then lastly, bring in that support person, whoever it is that you have that's helping you, partner, friend, mom, grandma. Have them give you water, snacks, entertainment. Be there to support you because all of your effort and energy is going into feeding baby right now. And then say thank you because they're awesome as well. And your support person is there to be by your side to help you in this feeding process. And the best way for them to help you is not by feeding baby themselves, but by making sure that you are fed, that you are nourished, so that you are able to nourish and feed baby. If you've been watching this video thinking, that's me, but you still need extra help or you're feeling unsure, you can book a consult at the link below or grab our free guide to breastfeeding also linked below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can help more parents as well. Remember, you've got this.